Hi there, I'm John from CNCKing.com, and today we'll take a look at custom veneers. CNCKing.com has access to over 30 different species of wood, various thicknesses, different material qualities. So it depends on the application which wood you want to use. We also use a lot of woods for inlays. So for instance, if you want a walnut with a white oak, that provides a great contrast. If you're curious as to the contrast, here's a white oak and here's a walnut. Walnut is the one here and this is the white oak. So today we'll take a look at laser engraving and cutting each one of these ones. So the first one is Basswood, and these are not sanded on purpose just because I want to show you the resin content. And the best way to do that is to just leave it unsanded. This is what it would look like after it was sanded. Next one is Walnut. Waiting for there we go. Next one is White Oak. Next one is Bloodwood. Next one is Cherry. And the last one is Hard Maple. So what we'll do now, we'll take a look at the laser engraving and cutting Basswood. The nice thing about Basswood is that very, very light and the density is not very high, which means it's very, very easy to work with. You don't need a lot of laser power or time to work with that material, and sanding is a breeze. That's why you see a lot of Basswood actually used for model airplanes, because it just floats basically. What we'll do now, we'll take a look at an alternative to that, which is hard maple. shop, we use a variety of different woods for a lot of different projects. For model making, I generally use MDF just because it's very, very easy to paint. But for some more applications, let's say like custom business cards, we end up using a lot of cherry. As you can see here, it's a very, very nice wood to work with. Again, this is unsanded. And really nice contrast. There's no paint filling in this, and it seals really, really well too. So what we'll do now, we'll take a look at the laser doing the cherry. For some of our customers, they know exactly what kind of wood they want to use because they're essentially in the millwork industry. But other customers, it's more of like a price per size, for instance. So one of the cheapest materials we could make it, let's say a solid sign like you see behind me here, would be pine. It's available in huge pieces. It's relatively easy to work with, provides really nice contrast with wood. And if you want to go to the opposite end of the spectrum, you have something here like walnut, which is also available in large sheets and large pieces of wood, but this costs significantly more than that. So it's up to you to decide, okay, what's the price point that I want to get X project done by? So what we'll do now, we'll take a look at the laser doing the walnut. What a lot of people don't realize is there's a lot of different woods that are not available at the local Home Depot or Lowe's or Rona. That means if you're doing inlays, you don't necessarily have to paint the wood. You can actually use just a different kind of species of wood to create contrast. Let's say, for instance, we're making a corporate bank to give out during Halloween in the shape of a pumpkin. Well, we can make it out of white oak, which wouldn't be an issue. but it just doesn't have the right color to it, right? So we can use something aptly named Bloodwood. Bloodwood is a very nice wood to work with as well. You have really nice contrast with it. It doesn't produce too many resins or smoke when you're working with it, and it sands really, really nicely. A lot of these woods are very, some of them are exotic, some of them are not. So when it comes to the price point to hit, you don't need to know all these things. We need to know the price point that you want to do a project in, and based on that, we sort of know what wood range we can use for you if the project is to be made out of wood. So what we'll do now, we'll take a look at the Bloodwood being laser engraved. The last wood species we'll take a look at, laser engraving, is white oak. Like the other woods, it provides a really nice contrast and has a perfect density for very intricate work. So for instance, if you have a picture that you want to laser engrave a picture of the family into the wood, white oak is really nice because it has various levels of contrast. So if we go over certain areas twice or 3 times, not only do we have more depth, but we could also darken the wood relatively easy compared to other woods that we have. So let's take a look at white oak. A lot of the work here we do in the shop actually involves wood. I really enjoy wood over, let's say, metal and other materials because it's readily available pretty much anywhere. It's really easy to work with. So let's say you're a little bit out of tolerance or you just need a little bit more depth or something like that. You can't really do that with steel as easily as you can with wood. Wood is also totally recyclable, which is what I really like, because any of the scraps can go in the fire pit or you'd be used for other projects. But the same goes for our customers. If they have a temporary table number stand, for instance, if we make it out of wood, they can hand it out, to the various people at the end of the event. But what they can also do is just throw it in a big bonfire at the end of the day, and it's carbon neutral, because basically wood is carbon from the air, and all you do is returning it to the air. So if you're looking for custom wood projects, contact me at CNCKing.com. You want to give me an idea of what you want to have done, so either JPEGs or Sketch or whatever you have. CAD is fine too. Let me know how many units you want, and that would give me an idea of what woods we can use for a specific budget that you have in mind. So contact us at CNCKing.com and we'll make something awesome for you out of wood.